Stick movement, what's up? Infamous Chris. Super tired. It's 2 in the morning. I just woke up, about to go to work. Just wanted to shed some light on some things with everyone. I've come to some really deep conclusions about America, and the good thing is they're not cynical, they're not negative. Mostly it's the fact that, when you really look at this objectively, all of us are in this together. Think about it this way. The good thing about poverty, which is probably the only good thing about poverty, is that 98% of the population has tasted it or seen someone who has tasted it at least once in their life, Upper 2%, some people are born with the silver spoon in their mouth, have things very easily, got accepted to Harvard and Yale because, their father pulled some strings, things of that nature. But poverty, we all can understand poverty. From the trailer parks to the ghettos, we're all in the same boat. If this boat sinks, we sink together. We die together. We all ride or die together. So I would like to speak on the topic of poverty and how it is a good thing for unification, a good topic for unification of the stick movement especially. I don't know about all of you out there, but I came from a middle class family. Things were decent, but a lot of the things were hidden from me as a child because my parents didn't want me to see that we were, a little bit poorer than the neighbors or a little bit less financially stable than others, but they hid it from me, and they did it so well that I never even knew until I grew up, and it had nothing to do with how they were spending the money or anything like that. It's just, it's not as easy for some as it is for others, and that's life. One of the things I think that we could really do as a movement is to persuade people to understand not to spend beyond their means. Spending beyond your means is very simple. If you don't have a ride to work and you need a car to get to work, but you spend your money on a cell phone or some rims because you're going to get that car, but you had a friend who was selling you some rims for real cheap, or you had to buy that PS3, you had to buy the Xbox 360, you had to buy those 10 extra games or those 10 DVDs. Are you really doing what you should be doing with your money? If you have 2 kids out there, do you really think that what you're doing with your money is responsible? Do you think that spending all this money on yourself is responsible? Be sure that you understand what you're doing with your money. Invest your money. The best thing to invest in, for all of those who don't know, is land. And of course you need a pretty nice lump sum of money to get land. But the good thing, it never devalues. You can't tell me one thing that doesn't devalue other than gold, like land. Pretty much anything precious doesn't devalue, but gold and land are the best investments. And I'm not telling you to go out there and buy jewelry like an idiot. If you want to do something, buy land. Cars are the worst thing to ever invest in. Investing in a car, it depreciates so much after you take it off of the lot, so much. So truly get your mind right when it comes to finances. I think that's a extremely big thing, and this touches all people. I actually have some things that I have to straighten up involving, some credit issues in which I didn't really understand how to use a credit card, how to establish credit and things like that. And I'm going to address those issues too, to make sure that people understand how to get their credit scores higher, and how to truly not let the system work you, because it does it so well. It sends all these credit card applications in the mail to everyone's house and tries to get everyone in this huge lump of debt, and then you consolidate and you're in debt for the rest of your life and you have nothing else to do. On top of that, now this is a whole other topic, Parents, putting bills in your kids' names is good and bad. It depends on how you do it. If you put a bill in your child's name and you don't pay it, you're sending your kid off with bad credit, most likely for the rest of their lives. But if you put a bill in your kid's name and you pay it, and they get out of high school and they get out of college and you're still paying it, they will step out of high school and college having A1 credit. Meaning, the opportunities for loans, the opportunities for almost anything, house loans, you name it, car loans, all sorts of different things are available to them. You know, you've actually gave them a jump start in life. You've helped them out probably more than you would even know. Credit is everything in America, you know, so for all of our international viewers, this is why I'm talking about credit so heavily, because in America it is everything. I'm not exactly sure how it is outside of America, but definitely in America it's a big thing. So, excuse me, to the topic of poverty, we all can relate. Let's not let the system keep screwing us over. Let's not keep perpetuating debt and keep perpetuating things that we can overcome if we enlighten ourselves and take the time to understand, take the time to step back and listen. It's a big thing to truly understand what you can do to get either out of poverty or step a little bit out of poverty, or just to establish yourself as a person who's knowledgeable with the money they have. So please, I hope all of you look into investments and ideas and stocks and bonds. Make sure that you understand this, because all of the stuff that you buy depreciates as soon as you buy it. There are only a very, very few amount of things that don't. In Stick Movement, we're here and we're here to stay. So let's make sure that the things that we buy are here to stay. Infamous Chris 1, signing out.